Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a celebrity perfume haul to share with you. This is pretty collective, even though I only have 4 to share, but I've gotten these within the past few months and then one of them recently, so I was like, you know what? Let's do a celebrity perfume haul. This is a really good celebrity perfume haul too. These perfumes were actually all blind buys and none of them were failed blind buys, but I do like some of them more than others. There's a hair in front of me. So with that said, let's get straight into it. Please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and turn your post notifications on, and let's get started. Let's start with this. This is Betsey Johnson Eau de Parfum. I got this at Marshall's and it was like $16.99 for the full 100ml bottle, so really good deal. I think I've seen this in Marshall's before, but this time I was like, you know what, let me look it up and see the notes, see what perfumes it's being compared to. And when I did that, I knew it was going to be an immediate buy, and I knew I was more than likely gonna love it because it was being compared to some of my favorite perfumes. Before I get into the notes, let me just quickly show you the packaging. Now, I do have a little bit of beef with the packaging, okay? I don't love the packaging because I just don't love any packaging that is this bulky. And let's be real, it looks tacky and cheap. Now, I get Betsey Johnson, like the whole brand Betsey Johnson has really, I don't want to say tacky, like, well, I feel like if you know what I'm talking about, then maybe you get it. A lot of Betsey Johnson items are just like over the top, and I think that that's the point of her items, is to kind of have that, you know, tacky, vintagey kind of feel. And I just don't like the packaging. I don't like the packaging, especially the top, so flimsy and plasticky. Anyways, that aside, the perfume, like the scent itself is so good. Judging based off of this bottle, you're like, that's gonna smell really cheap. It's not gonna be a good perfume. But I was seriously shocked when I sprayed this. It smells incredible, honestly. And I kind of knew that because this is compared to scents like Amore by Cacharel, scents like Viva La Juicy by Juicy Couture, all scents that I absolutely love. And I would honestly say this is pretty much the hybrid of Viva La Juicy and Amore by Cacharel, which sounds absolutely amazing to me because I love both of these fragrances. This was a 10 out of 10 blind buy. This has top notes of pear, blackcurrant, mandarin orange, and grapefruit, middle notes of red apple, freesia, lily of the valley, and base notes of praline, amber, sandalwood, musk, cashmere wood, and cedar. It opens up really upbeat, kind of citrusy, almost a little tangy, the same opening that Amore has. And then the more it dries down, I'm getting Viva La Juicy. I definitely judged this perfume the first time that I ever saw it, and I didn't even look its way. Now they've actually started to lock up all of their perfumes, at least in my Marshalls and TJ Maxx, when before they would all be out, but I guess maybe people would open them or steal them or something, so they have them all locked up, but they don't lock up the more inexpensive ones. So not that I kind of judged it based off of that, because I love inexpensive perfumes and I think a lot of inexpensive perfumes smell really expensive, but I guess I did sort of judge it based off of just the fact that it was just like out in the open, and then the colorful packaging. I was like, I'm not even gonna look that way until I finally did, and it's like a favorite of mine. So note to self, and I'm also telling you guys this, if you see perfumes out there and they look cheap and like they won't really give you much, do your research on them. They may become like your favorite perfumes. Don't love the packaging, but I really love the perfume. Next up, this fragrance. This fragrance blew me away, and I don't know why it took me so long to get this, because this is another one that I've seen a lot, like Burlington. I think I got this at Burlington, I'm pretty sure. And you think I would definitely gravitate to this because it's called Candied Fantasies. So this is a flanker for Fantasy. I just never bought it. Like I was like, oh, that's probably still gonna smell like Fantasy. I feel like a lot of her flankers smell like the OG. So I just never got it. And I finally looked it up one day that I was there. I think this was maybe $19 or so. This smells like a high-end designer, and I love the dry down of this perfume. I really love the packaging, by the way. It's giving me early 2000s total Y2K vibes, which I am totally obsessed with. But the scent is so much more elevated, kind of opens up a little bit more fantasy-esque. It kind of opens up more fruity, and you think, oh, it's not gonna give me much, although I did like it even based off of the opening, because I do really like sweet, fruity kind of scents. But the more it dries down, it kind of gives me a little bit of a vibe to Valentino Donna Born in Roma, but it's also different. This has top notes of bubblegum, strawberry, and orange, middle notes of hibiscus, jasmine sandalwood, and lily of the valley, and base notes of cupcake, musk, and sandalwood. That bubblegum, I mean, it's exciting to see that in the notes, but I'm gonna tell you this right now, you only get it literally for like 2 seconds when you first spray this out. It's like, oh, burst of bubblegum, fruity, strawberry, really juicy, but it immediately goes away, which I would think I would be mad at because I would want to smell that bubblegum a little bit more, but I'm not mad because the dry down is like a completely different scent than the opening. This is the opposite of a linear fragrance. This perfume will literally take you on a journey because it opens up and kind of deceives you because you're like, oh, fruity, candy, sweet, like fun. But then it dries down and it's like, oh, sexy, floral, delicious, high-end smelling. Gets sandalwoody. There's a hint of cupcake, but in a very sexy, mature way. I get a bit of those florals, definitely the jasmine sandalwood, maybe a hint of that hibiscus, but this is such a pretty scent. This is so good. Do not skip over this if you see this in your Burlington. I think I've seen it at Ross as well. Literally just starts off like sweet strawberry bubblegum, but then it turns into a sweet sandalwood cupcake sophisticated sexy scent. Do not skip this if you see it in your discount stores. Check it out because it's definitely a hidden gem. Next up, I actually got this in Texas when it was a layover when I was coming back from Alaska. And we were in the airport for a few hours, so I was like, let me browse around. And I saw this in one store, and I remember a long time ago when I used to do celebrity perfume hauls a lot more, I used to get comments asking me to try Shakira perfumes, which I never even thought she had perfumes, but she does. And when I saw this at the airport, it totally reminded me of those comments, so I was like, let me try. There wasn't a tester of this, so I just blind bought it, and this is what it looks like. There's the back. It's called Dance by Shakira. Here's the bottle. It reminds me of La Belle by Jean Paul Gaultier. This perfume has top notes of tangerine, pear, grapefruit, and bergamot, middle notes of peony, orange blossom, lily, and neroli, and base notes of caramel, vanilla, musk, and woodsy notes. This perfume is nice. It's really nice, and what I like the most about it is something about this reminds me of YSL Manifesto, which I love YSL Manifesto, but it's like a way more watered down version of Manifesto. Definitely not as strong. This perfume has grown on me because the first time I sprayed this, I was like, did I make a mistake buying this? It was really inexpensive. I think it was like 20 something dollars. So it wasn't like a huge loss, but for some reason when I initially first smelled it, I was just getting fresh, boring celebrity perfume. But now I've worn it a few times since that, and I started to get YSL Manifesto. Did this perfume macerate? Did it get better? I don't know what happened. It's like a light, girly scent. It's fresh for the most part, but there's a touch of sweetness. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and tell you that this is the most unique, high-end smelling perfume out there, because it's not. It's definitely on the lighter end, and it's definitely that typical celebrity perfume kind of DNA, okay? Like, it's not revolutionary, but it's nice, and I think through wearing it more, I'm actually really enjoying this. I don't like the longevity of this one though. It has a very poor longevity because it's just a really soft scent. But if you are into scents like that, then maybe this is a nice option. I don't regret it because I've been wanting to test out Shakira perfumes for a long time, and I've never come across them in like discount stores like Burlington, Marshalls, and all that. So I was happy to see it there. I'm gonna use it more. I think it'll be great for layering and kind of report back to you guys. But if you have that scent, let me know your thoughts on it. As far as like describing the scent and what I smell in it most out of the notes, honestly, it's really hard to describe because I guess the blend of it is just really smooth to where I can't really pinpoint any specific note. Like, I have no idea what I'm smelling. It's just like perfume. That's probably the worst description I've ever given on a perfume in my life. I've let this scent kind of like macerate. I came back from Alaska, I would say like a month and a half ago now, maybe 2 months. So it's been kind of like sitting in my perfume haul drawer for a while, and I've just taken it out just a couple days ago, and I'm starting to get YSL Manifesto now. So really strange. So I'm really glad that I held on to that and didn't like declutter it or anything based off of that initial first impression. And then the last scent that I have here is actually kind of an update. I did a whole dedicated review to this perfume when it first came out, but this is the new Sweet Tooth Cherry Baby. This is Sabrina Carpenter's latest Sweet Tooth flanker. This one is obviously a cherry flanker, so like a cherry take on the original Sweet Tooth, and I really enjoy this. Because of this fragrance, I actually decluttered a lot of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry dupes that I had in my collection, because I think out of all the dupes I had, I think this may be my favorite. It's like Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, but it still has that sweet candy kind of vibe that I love in fragrances. So it's like more of a fun version of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Really good, really creamy. This has top notes of cherry, brown sugar, plum, apple, middle notes of dark chocolate, red poppy, vanilla orchid, and peony, and base notes of cashmere wood, amber, musk, patchouli, and resin. Above all else, it's a Tom Ford's Lost Cherry dupe, which is really, really great given the price point. This is like 20 something dollars, and I honestly like it even more than Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, which is like a $500 perfume that I would never buy. And it also has this boozy take on the cherry. It almost gives me cherry liqueur, which is the same kind of vibe that you'll get in Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, but then it also has a little bit of that chocolate thrown in there, which is why I love it more, because it has a bit more candy sweetness. So I really love that. Like I said, out of all Lost Cherry dupes I've had in my collection, which it's been a lot, I now have decluttered, I'm pretty sure, all of them, and am just keeping this guy around. Side note, I have to kind of shout these out because this is probably like my 50th bag at this point, but these pretzel crisps, these are white cream and peppermint flavor. These are the best things ever. I get these every single holiday season and I stock up. Like every time I go there, I grab like 5 bags, 10 bags, however many there is, because I'm obsessed with those. And it's probably bad to admit this, but I seriously maybe eat like 2 bags a day. But at least it's like a seasonal thing, which is kind of sad because I can't get them all year round. But during the holidays, I eat these like water. I probably eat more of these than I drink water. Okay, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know of any really great celebrity perfumes that are out there, and let me know if you've tried any of the ones I just talked about. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and turn your post notifications on, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!